Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of, I'm going to call the series Finding a CS Job. I think that's fine. And, we have a new project that's actually an old project that we're going to be starting, and it's a dumpster fire. So let's get into it. So before I do any code, and as a matter of fact, I'm not doing any code tonight. It's pretty late and I need to get to bed. But I did want to leave you guys and record this overview of what the episode will consist of and where my starting point is with this project. But before I get into that, I want to give a shout out to MikeRod17 on Twitch and FrostedGH on Twitch. Those are the two streams that have asked me to work on browser add-ons for them, and they've kept me busy. Mainly my brother. He's been keeping me busy for years, so big shout out to him, but also big shout out to Frosted for letting me help him develop the pop in, pop out ad that he has on his stream. So those streams, you can see a good amount of what I've been working on lately, if any of you are interested in that. Those are for shout outs. In terms of mindset and how I'm feeling much better. I'm definitely growing. I'm gaining motivation. I'm starting to realize that this could be something. It's kind of weird. I never really wanted to do this. It's felt like a waste of time, but I don't know. Just the more that I work, the better. It actually feels good to work. And when you're developing and working in a field that you enjoy, I don't know, I feel like the future's bright. So I just got to keep going. And I'm just looking forward to putting in the time, putting in the grind, and for it to eventually pay off. So I'm not exactly happy with how much work I've put in lately, but it's kind of hard to go from basically not working to full-time everything, especially when you're working from home. There's a lot of distractions at home. I mean, I got a cat literally right there. And I'm still playing RuneScape a little bit too much. I've definitely declined significantly the amount of RuneScape I've been playing. So, progress. Now, let's get into the dumpster fire of a project that I'm going to be working on. This is an old project, but I want to revamp it, update it, make it more modern, and use some of the things I have written down here finally. So for those of you that have been watching my streams, my Clone Hero streams, this is the song website that shows all of the songs that I have in game. So you could search, you can actually type in the Fire and Flames or whatever, and then if I have Fire and Flames XD, it'll pop up. You could search by artist and set list. I actually want to get rid of the set list stuff. That just shows you how old this site is. Set lists mattered a lot more in Guitar Hero 3 PC back in those days, but Clone Hero doesn't matter as much. And I kind of want this to be a bit more general, so it matches more of like a Spotify or an iTunes clone. It's kind of like one of those, but for my customs. I like the date added a lot, though. I think that's cool. If I can actually keep it up to date, that would be a really interesting thing to sort by. Big problem is I have a connection error here, and that's due to me not having a MySQL server set up. And the reason I don't have MySQL server set up is because I'm running this on localhost, which I didn't do in the past. That, like, you've been thinking, how's this a dumpster fire? Well, here it goes. I developed this website a few years ago. I developed it through the live version, so the live build, so what anyone could see. which is a horrible thing to do as a web developer. You never want to work on your live build. You want to have a dev environment where like your local host, you want to work it on there, get it worked, work that shit, work it, girl, and then you put it on the internet, the live version, and it'll be working. And none of the users will see you working on your website, and it could break. There's a whole bunch of terrible things that could happen. Another terrible thing that happened that I realized, I actually downloaded the Git repository that I had for this, and the Git repository was behind the live version. I never updated my Git repository when I finished this the first time around. So yeah, I didn't really use GitHub as much as I do now. I didn't understand it back then. It is a very valuable resource, and yeah, I have a lot of organizing to do and all that. So we're halfway through this video already, and it's all just been planning. This thing is a mess. So here we go. Step 1, set up a MySQL server. Wish me luck. Okay, so I have a little bit of an update for you guys. As you can see, I got rid of the set list column. I also uploaded my songs. It's so much easier now because I can just use the songs.txt file that Clone Hero generates in the streamer settings. The JavaScript works. These things work. I have a few tweaks I need to do, but you know, we can do searches, we can do combined searches. It's great. It's honestly a really great site for looking up my customs, which is gonna be great when I stream great Clone Hero greatness. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I got it to. And now I'm not going to have a problem updating this because of just how easy it is to use the songs.txt file. I did make, I know it looks the same, but I used Sass for this to make it look the same. I used some functions and variables. There's still more things that I want to do with Sass, but I want to move on to Bootstrap. The reason I'm moving on to Bootstrap next, I wanted to initially use React, but I don't think it's going to work for this. React is used for single page applications, but I don't know if it's for serverless single page applications, like if it works with like any backend. I'm not sure. Also, it turns out I used some React in my last job. I didn't realize, but I did. So I have a little bit of experience with React, not a lot. So yeah, Bootstrap is the next thing that I want to touch on because the site looks like it's in the 90s, and I want to sort of modernize the way this looks. I mean, there's not much you can do with it, but I want it to look nicer. And probably what I'm going to do to really hone my skills is just make a full-fledged Doopian website with a whole bunch of like social media things, maybe a blog. I don't know. I have some ideas, but just a site for my content. And then that'll probably use React, and it'll be a single-page application and everything like that. But yeah, so Bootstrap is the next thing. I don't know what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it. So on to Bootstrap. Strap in, you guys. Exciting stuff. So here is my first work with Bootstrap. I styled the table differently using a Bootstrap class, a CSS class, and I used their striped dark table, and this isn't exactly their table. I had to do some manipulation to it to get the scroll bar here, and once I added the scroll bar, it shifted over the body of the table to the left, and then the table header was more to the right, so these columns didn't line up, but now they do. But I have another issue that I realized while filming is I have these border, like the end here, like a border ends, so there's like a, yeah, the border stops, but it shouldn't, because the scroll bar doesn't go any farther up. It goes down, doesn't go up, so it looks bad. So I'll have to get rid of the borders or figure out a way to extend borders to padding, but I don't think that's possible. I'll probably get rid of the borders, to be honest. Anyways, the thing I like the most about Bootstrap, one, this is really clean. It's nice. I don't have to write this out. I don't have to design the components that I'm working with. I can just add them. But if I wanted to do some tweaks to them, I could. So that's great. But the number one thing is that it's responsive. So the table works really well just out of the gate with mobile. And, there's a few things that I can do here to make this even better. Like at a certain width, change the font size, and then that'll update the table pretty well. But yeah, so far so good. I have some work up here, and I also need to figure out a problem where the table disappears into the abyss. When the height gets too small, the table just kind of gets cut off. So yeah, I have some more work to do, but I'm really excited to get this finished and deployed and actually use it. So I'll definitely be doing some Guitar Hero, Clone Hero streaming just to get this site working and test it and see how you guys like it. So far I like it. But yeah, that's my first impressions working with Bootstrap. I probably spent about an hour getting this thing figured out. So yeah, I'll update you guys when I have the full site laid out and everything. So see you guys in hopefully not too long of a time. Yeah, so this is the end of episode 2. I'm going to cut it off. I did make a bunch of progress. Episode 3 is already filmed. There's no way I'm adding... I had so much to say in episode 3 in one take that it's just going to be its own episode. So that's going to be it for this video. Episode 3 will be uploaded in a few days. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how you're liking the series. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.